You know nothing about Avatar Kuruk. That was the consensus that I came to after scrolling through Twitter and seeing a heavily praised tweet calling him worthless and the most careless avatar, which most likely comes from the memes that stemmed from his TV counterpart dubbing himself the go with the flow kind of avatar. This is a new series of mine where I plan to talk about underrated characters from whatever franchise they may come from, but I have a feeling this space of videos is going to be dominated by the Avatar universe. In this particular video, Avatar Kuruk will be my main subject of conversation. If you didn't know, Avatar The Last Airbender is one of my favorite anime series / animated series of all time, and I'm actually a complete scholar when it comes to matters on the Avatar universe if I say so myself. So you can imagine how excited I was to be able to talk about my second favorite Avatar of all time. I plan to address the misconceptions surrounding Avatar Kuruk and his supposed worthlessness, and explain how he was actually one of the most tragic, selfless avatars in history. But before I get into it, I wanted to do a quick reminder to like and subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated whenever I drop any more videos on this topic or any other you might like in the future. So without any further ado, let's get into the life and legacy of Avatar Kuruk. Avatar Kuruk was born in the Northern Water Tribe in the year 345 BG. In the Avatar universe, BG, or before genocide, is a measurement of time that refers to, obviously, the year the air nomads were wiped out by Fire Lord Sozin in the year 0 AG. The years after the genocide are dictated by the term AG for after genocide. So in this case, Kuruk was born 345 years before the air nations were all wiped out. As a waterbender, Kuruk's predecessor was Avatar Yang-Chen, my personal favorite avatar, who had died in the same year. Avatar Yang-Chen left the human world in the best state it would ever be, even greater in peacetime than the United Republic formed by Avatar Aang and Fire Lord Zuko centuries later. It's important to note that Avatar Yang-Chen, while fulfilling a role masterfully as the avatar of the humans, almost always took the side of the aforementioned whenever it came to spiritual conflict. In this turn, this constant bias left the spirit world in disarray. Examples of this bias were even shown in the later Avatar comics, such as The Rift, volumes 1 through 3, where Aang learns of Yang-Chen's old conflict with General Old Iron and Lady Tianhai, spirits with Yang-Chen abandoned in favor of the moral realm. As a result of this, during the years of the reign of Kuruk, dark, misguided spirits slowly infiltrated the world, wreaking havoc. Dark spirits aside, early records show that Kuruk was a waterbending prodigy, not unlike Aang or Korra, and was a great earthbender, until he learned his earthbending form was insufficient according to his master, as his earthbending form was still based on his waterbending style of movement. A man named Jianshu, an earthbender who would later become part of Kuruk's very own Team Avatar, as well as a teacher, disagreed with Kuruk's master and thought that since the four elements were connected, not unlike Iroh's mentality, it wasn't bad that Kuruk implemented other bending styles into his earthbending. Over the course of an unquantified amount of time and visits to the other four nations, Kuruk forms his own Team Avatar, consisting of himself, the Avatar, Jianshu, the earthbender, Kelsang, an airbender from the Southern Air Temple, and Heiran, a firebender who would also end up, like the rest, as Kuruk's teacher. Kuruk learned from his friends over the years, and when the time came for him to control the Avatar state, was also the time that tragedy began to strike. Kuruk asked his airbending mentor and friend, Kelsang, to assist him in trying to enter the spirit world. In a meadow in Yaoping, Kuruk successfully crossed over, meeting a spirit named the Heartwalker, who had apparently planned to attack a nearby settlement. He returned to the physical world immediately and fought the spirit, eventually destroying its soul with his vast battle prowess. As the Avatar, of course, destroying a spirit held grave consequences. Kuruk fell ill, to the point of even frothing at the mouth, unable to be speaking and feeling immense pain. When the sickness subsided, medical specialists told him that he had no physical wounds. However, Kuruk descended into a depression and decided not to tell his companions of the results of his battle and decided to keep quiet. When a second spirit attack came, Kuruk was even more determined to keep his friends out of the battle, finding the Dark Phoenix spirit on his own and killing them. Upon killing the spirit, Kuruk began to cry, feeling more alone and hurt than ever. A spiritual guide named Neahitha informed Kuruk that killing these dark spirits was causing immense trouble for his soul, something he had already inferred due to the consequences of his past battles. During his conversation, he was informed that he would most likely not be the most long-lived of avatars due to his condition. Kuruk spent the vast majority of his life tracking down and killing all and any dark spirits using his avatar abilities. Only Neahitha, Kuruk's spiritual guide, knew of Kuruk's solo quest. All of Kuruk's friends and teachers watched in sadness as their friend grew darker and more lonesome and detached from the world. Because Avatar Kuruk spent so much time in the realm of the spirits, he often left the physical duties of the Avatar to his team, not paying much mind to the reality of the world. Over time, Kuruk's daily habits followed a quite hedonistic lifestyle. This is where we get the famous line from the show where Kuruk says,
"Go with the flow kind of avatar."
Kuruk felt his humanity was waning, and as a result, left the humans to themselves. He let the four nations sort themselves out for the most part, and would randomly show off his bending ability, mainly to beautiful women in attempts to impress them, duel random citizens, and challenge firebenders to Agni Kais, all so he could fill the empty hole in his soul created by his doomed quest to kill the spirits. It was also rumored that Kuruk's instability with his spiritual side made it a great struggle for him to enter the Avatar state. One day, at the new moon celebration in the Northern Water Tribe, Kuruk met one who could be called his one true love, Umi. A beautiful woman from the Southern Tribe, Kuruk wasted no time in giving her a betrothal necklace and intending to marry her. I think we all know, unfortunately, what comes next. As they neared the oasis in the Northern Water Tribe, their wedding was taking place there. Umi was stolen into the spirit world by the vengeful spirit, Ko, the face stealer. Ko's reasoning for stealing Umi was to punish Kuruk for both his arrogance and massacring of the spirits. Kuruk spent every anniversary of their wedding date traveling to the spirit world and failing to defeat Ko. Avatar Kuruk died on the year 312 BG, living a mere 33 years total. This makes him one of the youngest avatars to have lived and the youngest avatar we have on record. Kuruk's public reputation was dragged through the mud, both in-universe and in our real world, and many deemed him a failure as an avatar who sidestepped his duties and instead wasted time on frivolous matters. None of them knew the sacrifices that Kuruk had made in order to keep the physical world in check. None of them at all. Maybe not even you. I think it's high time that some respect was put on the name of Avatar Kuruk. While his methods of handling things were sometimes questionable, he constantly put his life on the line, shortening his own vitality to keep the world safe and to fix the mistakes of his predecessor, Yang Chen. Kuruk's quest to keep the world safe from dark spirits led to the disarray of the physical world, and the quest for the Avatar was more important than ever before. But that's a story for another time. This video is made possible by the following content: Avatar Nations, a mobile game, the Kyoshi novels including both Rise of Kyoshi and The Shadow of Kyoshi, Avatar Legends, a role-playing game, and the Avatar Wiki. Almost all of any extra knowledge that I didn't have on Kuruk was sourced from these places. And of course, I thank you, the viewer. I hope, genuinely, that you enjoyed this short little video. It was a lot of fun to make. And if you love Avatar like me, hey, stick around. I plan to do more videos on Avatar in the future. If you think this should be expanded into a series, comment who you'd like me to explore next. Maybe I'll do Yun. He was cool. Subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't. I don't care, because I don't see the dislikes anyways. Thank you so much.